Hello, everyone. This might be a shorter stream because I'm going to have some people coming over soon, and they are extremely loud. Today, we're going to be painting, which is something I've wanted to do for a long, long time. I'm trying to loosen up and just try things with watercolor as a fun way of exploring ideas for character design because there's so many ideas I have, and I really want to get a look at what they'll look like outside of my brain. So the first idea I wanted to try is a character that looks like they're made of gnarled dead trees. And obviously, a lot of trees tend to be brown, but some of them are silver, some of them are super pale. And I want to try a different bunch of different things, see what they look like. Good, you can see this okay. What I want to do is make this character be like super tall, and I might mess around with the proportions to make them look a little bit unsettling to the human eye. I was looking at the pale doll from Bloodborne. I wish she had her own name. And I was thinking about how the first time I saw her, she looked pretty normal, but I was like, something's a little different about this. What is it? So I looked closer and I was like, oh, her elbows shouldn't be there. Her arms are way longer than a normal human being's. And in universe, I wonder if that's because her creator, just has trouble with proportions. That's pretty typical for artists. I might also have her walk on tiptoe. I do wanna I want to show you guys some more pictures of this character. I keep forgetting. Last time I drew her, I gave her these kind of branches on her head that look sort of like horns. She ended up looking a little bit like a goat, which wasn't really the goal, but I wonder if I could work it in somehow. I'm trying to make her knees and elbows and stuff really stick out like the knots on a tree, her bends and branches. Same thing with all the other kind of curves. Typically, when if you're drawing like a human character and you want the arms to look in proportion, you have the hands end around here, and I'm gonna try and make them look longer than that. Speaking of Bloodborne, I've been thinking about it lately. Maybe it's the weather. Where I live, well, it's miserable. It's raining a lot. Something I wasn't expecting at all was just how much it focuses on pregnancy. That's really interesting to me. Because I might have even mentioned it on stream before. I feel like you could very easily turn that into a horror thing, and that's what it does. I don't actually want the arms I'm painting here to necessarily be this thick. I'm just getting a general idea. I'm not sure what shape to make her face, so it's something I might try out a few different times. I was watching Cottontail's Perler Beats collab with Cinder earlier, and it's really cool to me that she's teaching herself to sew. For some reason, I feel like I've mentioned that before, but I don't know, maybe I forgot. Like, that's so cool. That's something I like to do. I'm gonna give her really long hands and feet too. I want to have parts that really curve inward too, like right here. Like this obviously isn't how a human body would work. So that kind of clues you in that, oh, this is a supernatural being. Maybe maybe widen the head a little bit. I don't know. I want this character to be tall. I didn't do this intentionally, but do you see the knees? Maybe it's harder to tell upside down, but the knees are a little bit higher up than they should be. But I could use that to show like the proportions are different. This isn't a normal human. I'll probably go over this more later. I just want to make sure I can see all my lines. I want to kind of round the shoulders a little more to show that they're like gnarly sticking out. You know when you see trees and they look kind of like random, like there's just sticking out everywhere? That's what I'm going for. Does that look odd? It's like I'm going for odd kind of, but I'm also trying to make this character look really tall and skinny, so you don't want to make him too broad in the shoulder. You know how a lot of animals kind of walk on their toes? That's what the shape of her feet reminded me of. A normal human also would probably not be able to balance on their tiptoes for this long, but this isn't a normal human. I'm not sure if I'll have this character wear like clothes or just have them look like a puppet, like just wood. There's nothing on the body. Because I might do that, but I don't really want to cover up like the really strange shapes of the arms and legs. I think that helps sell the strangeness of them. It's really cool that Cinder sews too. I feel like I probably should have known that sooner, but I don't watch all her IRL content where she does like cosplaying and stuff, so I think I just missed it until recently. I kind of want to give her hair, but I'm not sure exactly how I want it to look. I might make it look like tangly branches or moss and leaves stuck in the trees. I haven't thought of a name for this character yet either, and it's something I really want to figure out eventually. What do you think? Should I make the hair like a darker brown? This is the darker brown I have in this set, but I could get out my other set of watercolors, the ones that are sadly not sparkly. I want to draw in her face a little bit. It's not the smallest brush I have, but the only ones I have that are smaller are mainly for doll customizing, and I don't want to wear those out. I might make her eyes narrower, but I'm also trying to make her look surprised in this picture. I might give her freckles. Maybe I should make this dark brown too. I might give her green eyes because they look cool, but brown could also work with the whole thing, or maybe even like silver. Okay. Should probably mark out the antlers too. But I'll have to move all my stuff to do that because I have a bit of limited space here. Kind of want to exaggerate the shapes of the hair too. Okay. Like that, maybe? I wonder if I could make this look like kind of an unnatural curl, like obviously stylized, but also like, huh, hair doesn't exactly fall like that. And you go, huh, this is a magical being. Probably won't fill this all in now. And I might want to make it look even wilder, but I want to like save those ideas for another draft too. I don't want to just keep changing the one draft I'm working on each time I get a new idea. I have a bad habit of that. There, I like this shade of brown. I could make this look like it's being blown by the wind too, like wind blowing through the dead trees. What I want this character to represent is kind of loneliness, like being outside and the trees are all dead. It's probably like autumn and the wind is blowing through them. I hope the hair isn't too big. Probably space these out a little differently next time too. I might also later go back and add like leaves and twigs stuck in here, but I'm not sure right now. I'm just going for like big shapes and seeing how they all interact. Leaving some space here for where I want to draw in the branches. I'll probably have to improvise a little, but I think it'll look okay in the end. It doesn't have to look perfect, it's watercolor. Okay, now we can go back to the other stuff. You might want to switch back to the smaller brush for this actually. I don't want these to look like too perfect, so I'm trying to make them look, again, wild, like old trees. I feel like I make them look too curved and then they look more organic. So I'm trying to figure out what to do about that. Hmm, better. I don't want these to look too like lightning bolty either. I feel like she ends up looking a little bit like a cedar, and that's not necessarily what I'm going for. So I want to try and make it more clear that these are branches, not regular horns. This is with branches, it's a little hard to show them getting like visibly thinner, looking like fingers, because this is watercolor. It's not always the best for super small, thin shapes, but that's what I'm going for here. Hmm. Maybe add some longer twigs. think I could use to make the ends of these other little twigs narrower too. Don't want him to look too sharp either, just like knobby. Might not replicate like every single little curve here in the final design. Just want to try making this character look kind of wild. How does that look? I want to really replicate the curvy knobbliness of the rest of the body up here. I wonder if this color might be a little too dark. It works well as an outline, but I'm not sure if it's the color I want her whole body to be. I imagine her being kind of pale like a birch tree. Trying to make her look like she's blushing. This is a kind of eerie, strange looking character, but I wanted to show that she can be like cute or get flustered too. try out some orange that I have on another paper real quick. I wonder if I made her super pale like a birch tree, if in the next drawing I could give her like black hair. That could be fun. What does this look? It's a little warmer than I would like. It's even warmer. This is actually the first time I'm coloring in a drawing of this character. I've sketched her a few times, but only in pencil. So it's really interesting to see how she looks. I think this isn't the right color scheme. I think it's like almost too inviting. It's not like eerie or unsettling enough, but I want to make sure I get a good look at it real quick. And that might have to be another time because the people might be here. I'll finish this up and then I'll see you all next time. I might just continue this tomorrow, so see you then.